Very good morning, friends, and thank you so much for joining in. My name is KR Ganesh from HDFC Securities, and the topic for today's discussion is exchange traded funds or ETFs. Now, there's a lot of volatility in the market, and there's a lot of value as well to be created. So, today we will be discussing about how a combination of these two factors, that is, volatility and value, can actually make for a very compelling and a very smart investment choice, and that too specifically through the ETF route. And to do that, we have with us Nitin Kavadi, who heads the ETF business for ICICI Prudential AMC. Welcome, Nitin. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And it's over to you now.
Thanks, Ganesh. Good morning, everyone. Just to start with, the basic thing which I'll like to repeat, what is ETFs? ETFs are passively managed mutual fund schemes which tracks the underlying benchmark index and are listed and traded on exchange. There are various types of ETFs which are available now in market. You have a lot of ETFs in large cap category where Nifty Next 50, Nifty 100 is there. Then you have ETFs in mid cap category. You have ETFs in debt category. Debt category may you have gilt and liquid ETF which is available in market, and commodity may you have gold ETF which is there. Now, as compared to index fund, these are very much similar to index fund, just that they track real-time market. These are they tracks index. These are open-ended mutual fund schemes. There is no exit load. Expense ratios of these schemes are comparatively very low as compared to actively managed mutual fund schemes. Tracking error is low, and there is a transparency. Exactly, you know what is the underlying portfolio you are holding. As compared to stocks, because these are traded on exchange, there's a intraday you can do. You can trade at a real-time price. You can limit your order. You can buy at least a minimum of 1 unit also you can buy, and you can take the delivery in your demat account. Now, this is the global market. This is a graph of global ETFs which has happened. There is exponential growth from 1,000 billion in 2010 to 5,600 billion in April 20. So there's a growth of around 18%, which we can see. In India market also, if you could see, currently the market is more than 1,80,000 crore, the current AUM. And I would rather say India has a better advantage in ETF as compared to global markets. Globally, ETFs became popular, and then there was regulations around these ETFs. In India, if you see, government and regulator are pushing for ETFs, where disinvestment was done through Bharat 22 and CPSE ETFs. PSU debt is raised through bond ETF. Then EPFO and retirement funds are allowed to invest up to 15% of their current year corpus in ETFs. Budget announcement for ATC benefit extended to ETFs, awaiting for notification. So that can also happen anytime soon. Then there are fund of fund schemes which invest in ETFs, will have equity taxation. All other fund of funds have debt taxations. So in a way, if you see, there are a lot of things happening around ETFs in India also. ICICI has ETFs in across every category. If you see in large cap category, we have ETFs. The slide is not clear, I think, but we have ETFs in Sensex, in large cap, Sensex, Nifty ETF, Nifty Next 50 ETF, Nifty 100. In mid cap, we have two ETFs, which is mid cap select, mid cap 150 ETF. And across broad market, if you see, we have ICICI Prudential 500 ETF also, which is available. In debt category, we have liquid ETF. On commodity side, we have ICICI Gold ETF. So this we call VCTS framework, which signals strong buy as such. So what are the parameters out here which indicates this is a time to buy? The valuations are reasonable. Business cycle has bottomed out. You see there's a trigger for economy, recovery in economy you can see. Sentiments are negative in market. So overall framework suggests it's a good time to invest in equities. So I will just take you to relevant slide. Though the discussion is around smart ETFs, the idea is you should understand what is Nifty ETF because it's a base. What is Nifty ETF? Nifty ETF tracks Nifty 50 index that represents top 50 Indian companies. That index is diversified across sectors. So It covers stocks of some companies, India's largest companies present across major sectors of the economy. It's a reflection of Indian stock market. It is widely used benchmark for mutual fund schemes. So that is index Nifty ETF or Nifty index, you can say. If you see, it is diversified across various sectors. Now, this is my low vol ETF. Before taking to low vol ETF, I would like to tell you what is smart beta ETF or smart beta index. Smart beta is basically a passive index which is based on some factors. Now there are various factors like value, low volatility, quality, momentum, multi factors. The idea is to create a return better than the plain vanilla Nifty index. So that is smart beta. Now coming to low vol 30 ETF. What is low vol 30 ETF is? It's a smart beta index. The index selects 30 low volatile blue chip stocks from Nifty 100. The idea is higher the volatility, higher the volatile stocks tends to fall more in bear market. The index identifies low volatile stocks among Nifty 30 that could perform better in the long term. Why one should buy this stock or this particular ETF is it's a smart beta index. It aims to limit your impact of market volatility on their investments. It converts their investment into cash easily. It is sellable easily. You can create wealth over long term period and investment in large cap and low volatile blue chip stocks of different sectors. There is no research required for this particular ETF. It's a back tested ETF. Now next is NV20. Now what is NV20? NV20 tracks the Nifty 50 value 20 index. Now this is a smart index that comprises 20 of the most liquid value blue chip stocks listed on NSE. The index selects stocks from Nifty 50 index based on their weightages. The stocks are relatively lower in PE and PB and offers higher dividend and return on capital. Only those stocks are selected. The index has exposure to various sectors. Why one should invest in this? Because if someone is looking at value investment style, they can invest in this particular index. It's a cost efficient index, capable to convert in cash easily. For long-term appreciation, you can look at this particular product. Diversify investment in blue chip companies of different stocks. So both the indices which we have shown you are in blue chip companies only. So just to take you through the performance as compared to Nifty in 1 year is given a return of minus 18%, whereas low vol has given a return of minus 8%, whereas NV20 has given a return of minus 11%. Consistently, if you see, the smart beta ETFs has given a return which is better than Nifty. In long run also, if you see, Nifty has given a return of, in 10 years, Nifty has given a return of 7%, whereas low vol has given a return of 12% and NV20 has given a return of 11%. So at a very low cost, you get alpha, a return which is better than Nifty. So that's the reason you can look at these products. Now just coming back to on the product side, ETFs are very cost efficient way of investing. All these indices, products or strategies are back tested and does not require any research. Investors can diversify their investment across various sectors by investing in these broad market ETFs. If investors are looking at other ETFs also, they can get in touch with us to understand our product offering. All these ICICI Prudential ETFs are listed and traded on NSE and BSE. To buy and sell, you just have to log into your trading account and place an order. There are already market makers who provide two-way quotes on exchange and give liquidity to you. You can verify the real-time NAV on our website icici-pru-amc.com, and you can compare the real-time NAV with the price which is traded on exchange. Just a suggestion that don't buy or sell in bulk. Just execute your order in smaller quantities, so there is a limited impact cost which will be there. And if there is a liquidity concern, investors can get in touch with us. We will provide liquidity to our investors. Thanks, Ganesh. This was about ETFs. Ganesh, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Nitin. So we have some questions also, which I'll bounce it up to eventually. So how you can access these two, this smart beta ETF is log on to your HDFC Securities trading account, Okay, under Invest in Ideas is where you can find this offering called Smart Beta ETFs. Okay, now, okay,
Ganesh,
so there is, yeah,
Ganesh, just to take the investors through this smart beta, I'll
sure,
just
sure,
show the fact sheet also, which we have worked out.
yeah,
This is
please,
ICICI Prudential Smart ETF. So what we have done, we have given an allocation of 60% to low vol ETF and 40% is to NV20. This is rebalanced once in a year. And just to take you through the return, the blue line which is there is the basket which we have created, smart betas basket which we have created, and the yellow line is the large cap large cap index. So if you compare this also, the large cap index is basically Nifty 100. If you compare Nifty 100 with the smart beta which we have created, in 1 year the return is around -8%, whereas Nifty 100 has given a return of around -15%. In 3 years, this index has given, the small case has given a return of around 14.5, whereas Nifty 100 has given a return of -2. And in 5 years, if you see, 36% is the return given by small case, whereas large cap Nifty 100 has given a return of 14%. If you see, the smart beta ETF concept has consistently outperformed the index. It has outperformed Nifty as well as Nifty 100, and that's the reason we call it smart ETF. Over to you, Ganesh.
yeah. So there is a question here which says, so here we are talking about a combination of volatility, that is low volatility and value. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, and the rebalancing, as you just mentioned, is once in a year, as far as
Hmm.
this offering is concerned. So wouldn't an active fund management, which can take calls as and when the market situation demands, or as per the market situation, wouldn't an active fund management probably give a better return uh, as far as this theme is concerned, of a mixture of volatility and value?
See, if you see past record of this active fund manager also, most of the active fund managers not beaten the benchmark index. Benchmark index is basically a Nifty index. And as you compared the Nifty index along with this smart beta ETF, the smart beta ETF has outperformed Nifty by around 3 to 4% consistently. So
Okay.
if you see this presentation also, what I'm trying to say is uh, the fund manager, active fund manager has to beat Nifty. So if active fund manager is not able to generate return of around 7% in 10 years, and the smart beta ETF concept has given a return which is better than Nifty, I would say this concept is better than active fund manager. So consistently this strategy has outperformed the active fund manager also.
Okay. 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 Great. So the next question is, so what happens to dividends that get declared by these companies?
So dividends which are declared by these companies are accumulated and reinvested in this index. So the scheme, the scheme in which the investment is done receives a dividend from underlying schemes which are reinvested in the scheme, and this gets adjusted in your NAV.
Okay. Okay. The next is taxation. How does the tax treatment happen here? I believe it's your regular equity taxation that happens over here, right?
Correct. It's a regular equity taxation whereby less than 1 year is a short term and more than 1 year is a long term.
Okay. Can we do SIP in Nifty value 20?
Yes, you
NV20
can do
SIP.
SIP.
So individually also, so since even though it is a basket that we are discussing over here, individually also, that is the low vol 30 and the NV20 individual ETFs. You can do individual investments in that, and SIPs also can be done in that.
Correct.
Okay.
And SIP can be done through DY SIP route.
Sorry, we lost you on that. Can you come again on that?
I'm saying SIP can be done. SIP can be, one can do an SIP using DY SIP route, which is there on HDFC Security platform.
Okay. 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 So the next is, can you elaborate a little more on the NV20, on how this ETF actually operates, how it is constructed?
So any
What is the
ETF which
logic
we
behind
make, yeah, before any ETF is launched, we create a methodology and based on that methodology, we launch an index. So say for example, before we launch Nifty ETF, there is a Nifty index which is there at the back end. Before we launch Nifty Next 50 ETF, there is a Nifty Next 50 index which is available in market. Before we launch banking ETF, bank index is been prepared. So similarly, before we launch this NV20 ETF, there's a back-tested NV20 index which has been formed. Now, what is this NV20 index? This NV20 index selects stocks from Nifty 50. This is large cap blue chip companies. Out of these large cap blue chip companies, 20 stocks are identified based on their weightages, return on capital employed, price to earning, price to book value ratio, and dividend yield. So stocks with relatively lower PE and PB and offering higher dividend yield and return on capital are selected in this particular index. So it's a value. Basically, the value is identified, and based on the value, the investment is done. So one is low volatile ETF, the other one is value ETF. Those are two different factors which are working.
Okay. So the next question is, yeah, so it's more of a choice kind of a question. So in the current markets where with the extreme volatility, okay, wouldn't a large cap based ETF or a Nifty 50 for that matter be a better alternative than a smart beta ETF?
If you see the performance, low vol ETF has outperformed consistently. We will always recommend to invest in the smart beta ETF. These are better options than Nifty. As Nifty becomes volatile, Nifty low vol 30 will always give that security. So I believe Nifty 30 would be a better option. Nifty low vol 30 is a better option than Nifty 50. And if you want to earn a better return, you can always invest in this small case which is available. Nifty low vol plus NV20 you can use. A combination of two schemes.
Great. Okay. So the next question is, how many stocks are there in Nifty 100 low vol 30 TRI?
So low vol 30 has 30 stocks, low volatile stocks from Nifty 100. So Nifty 100 is basically Nifty and Nifty Next 50. It's a large cap. Basically, the portfolio is large cap. Of that large cap, 30 stocks are identified based on their volatility.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, here comes the next question. Okay, rebalancing is annual. The global standard for rebalancing is quarterly. Okay, holdings are permitted within a range of individual and sector weights. Isn't annual rebalancing a bit risky? And what frequency you change the constituents of the basket?
So this the ETFs which we have, those are not rebalanced annually. Those are rebalanced quarterly or semi-annually. Okay, the small case which we have made is rebalanced annually. So small case is basically the execution platform through which you can buy these ETFs in some portion which you can execute. So you can buy multiple ETFs through one execution transaction. This thing. So ETFs are rebalanced quarterly or half yearly.
Okay, okay. So next is, why are NRIs not able to invest in small case? That is something that is work in progress. We'll, as and when it happens, we'll keep you posted. Which are your other recommended ETFs from ICICI Prudential is the next question that we have.
So our recommended is in this market that we have Nifty Next 50 is recommended, then ICICI 500 is recommended, and if someone is looking at specifically mid cap, then mid cap 150 is available. But ICICI 500 is there, which has 80% is your large cap, 15% is your mid cap, and 5% is your small cap. So ICICI 500 is a good product. Next 50 if someone is looking at, and then mid cap 150 if someone wants to invest in 150.
Okay, so the next is how to invest in ETFs by NRIs. Yeah, NRIs also can invest in ETFs. So the way you invest is pretty simple. Log on to your trading account, HDFC Securities trading account, and under products you have the ETF option, and you will find all the listed ETFs that we have to offer. So, okay, what's your view on gold ETFs?
Gold ETF, we are not very bullish as such on gold ETF. We would rather recommend equity, which we have been recommending. Gold ETFs are available in market. One can look at a long-term investment. I would say SGB is a better option as compared to gold ETF. Unless you are looking for liquidity, there is limited liquidity in SGB because you get interest also. Capital gain is exempted. Then you get an initial discount of 50 rupees, which is available there. So gold sovereign bond is a better option, but if you are looking at some liquidity, then one can look at ETFs as a better option as compared to SGB then.
Okay, there's one more follow-through question on this rebalancing question that we had earlier. So what are the disclosures made of the holdings in the ETF?
See, the portfolio is disclosed every day on the website of AMC. So every day, if you visit the website, you can get in our products in our the scheme category, you can get the everyday holding. So there's a transparency of holding in case of ETFs, not like active fund manager where at the month end you get a fact sheet and you know what the exact holding is. Here you get everyday holding. So whenever they rebalance, the index provider, they give a public notice also, and based on that we do a rebalancing.
Okay. Okay. So which large cap ETF, which large cap basket ETF would you recommend? So if you can just throw some light on the top 100 stocks ETF, Nitin, which iPro is a part.
See, I would in large cap, I would first my recommendation will always be low vol 30 ETF is my first recommendation, which is there, and it has consistently outperformed. The strategy has always worked. Then if someone is looking at, then after this I would recommend is Nifty 50. Nifty 50 is a simple no-brainer product. If you are new to market, if you don't understand, and it is for everyone. It is for the newcomer as well as for HNI, for institution, everyone will invest in Nifty. So Nifty is a second option. But first preference will be Nifty low vol 30.
Okay. So you just mentioned whether the next question is you just mentioned to buy in small quantities. Any specific quantity that you can talk about? So what I mean 50,000 or 1 lakh or what is it?
See, buy in 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. You keep on executing 5 lakh or 10 lakh. If someone is some HNI client is looking at investing in 1 crore or 2 crore, don't execute the order immediately. If big orders, it should be executed through AMC. You speak to AMC and get liquidity. Small quantities around 5 lakh or 10 lakh can be executed on exchange.
Okay, so that was the last question that we could actually take. So just before we close, how do you access this basket ETF, which is Smart Beta ETF? So log on to your HDFC trading account, and once you log in, there is a tab on the top right hand side which says Invest in Ideas. So under Invest in Ideas is where you can find the Smart Beta ETF. So with that, we come to the end of this webinar. So thank you so much for joining in, dear customers. Thank you, Nitin, for taking out the time. That was a really wonderful session. Dear customers, should you have any more queries, please feel free to get in touch with your relationship managers, and we will have your queries answered on priority. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ganesh.
Thanks, Nitin.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.